Berry going inside. They're going to get him with the travel. It's going to send it cross county's direction. Epps taking it up the court. Hands it off to Chisholm. Chisholm gets it to Cook. Cook back across to Epps. Keeping it outside the perimeter. Gets it over to Adams. Back to Chisholm. Back to Epps in the right corner for three. Hits the rim off the mark. Gets his own rebound. Up for it, and that one's going to be good for two. Pratt taking it up the court for the Greyhounds. Going to try and go all the way. Going to take it back out to the perimeter. Back inside. Outside to Lopez. Lopez outside. For three, shot's going to be off by Lopez. Rebounded by Flood, and that one's going to be good for two. Chisholm going to bounce it inside to Adams, out of bounds. They're going to keep it on Cross County's side. Rock inside, going to take it outside to Lopez. Lopez going to go up for the shot, and it's going to be off. Flood with the rebound, going to get the and one. That foul is going to be on Rafe Cook, his first. He's going to be taking a seat, and Mick McClanahan is going to come in for him. We got a timeout, Cross County. We'll be right back. Four minutes, 3 seconds left in the first quarter. At the line shooting for the Greyhounds is number 20, Flood. Up for the shot, and it's going to be off. Chisholm with the rebound. Going to send it down to Adams. Adams going to step out of bounds with the catch. It's going to go all the way up in the bleachers. Lopez inbounding for Marmaduke. Pratt taking it up the court. Adams going to be trying to put some pressure on him. Going to make it inside, sends it back outside to Rock. Rock to Lopez. Lopez up for the floater, and it's off. For the rebound, it's going to be good by Flood. Chisholm to McGee. McGee over to Epps for three. Off. Going to be rebounded by Rock. Pratt going to try and take it all the way. Shot's going to be blocked by Adams. Epps going to be taking it back Cross County's direction. Slow things down. They're going to get him with a double dribble. Pratt going to hand it off to Rock. Rock going to lose his dribble. Out of bounds. Cross County's direction. Epps to McGee. McGee to Chisholm at the top of the key. Back to McGee. Over to Epps at the top of the key. Up for the shot, and it's going to be blocked. It's going to go back Marmaduke's direction. Up for the floater. They're going to get him with the travel. Shot's not going to count. Chisholm gets it out to Epps, sends it inside to Adams, and he's going to draw the foul. Foul is going to be on Marmaduke's number 20, Flood, his first. First team foul for the Greyhounds as well. Up for the shot. That one's going to be good. Puts 3 on the board for the Thunderbirds. Up for the second. That one's going to be off. McGee goes for the rebound. It's going to be picked up by Marmaduke's number 13, Hampton. Pratt going to get it off to Rock. Rock inside for the shot, off the backboard, and it's good. Epps gets it to Chisholm. Chisholm going to bounce it to McGee. McGee to Epps. Inside of McClanahan. Doesn't quite get a hand on it. It's going to be picked up by Marmaduke. Up for it, and it's going to be good. Puts 10 on the board for the Greyhounds, 3 for the Thunderbirds. Adams going to get the ball stolen. Pratt going for it, going to get the and one. Going to call that foul on Caden Adams, his first. Second team foul for the Thunderbirds. Rafe Cook coming in, Mick McClanahan taking a seat. Jonathan White coming in with Cash McGee taking a seat. One minute, 10 seconds left in the first quarter. Up for the shot, and it's good. 13 Greyhounds, 3 Thunderbirds. Going to bounce it to White. White to Chisholm. Chisholm going to bounce it inside to Adams. Going to lose his hand on it. Picked back up by Cook. Marmaduke's going to come out with it. Pratt trying to take it up. Chisholm going to try and tip it loose. Chisholm putting pressure on him to try and keep him from going across the line. He's going to make it. Loses his dribble. Adams picks it up. Up for the shot, and it's going to be blocked by Rock. That shot's going to be good. Puts 5 on the board for the Thunderbirds. 30 seconds left in the first. Pratt taking it up the court. Trying to make his way around. Adams going to send it outside to the left wing for 3. It's going to be off. Chisholm with the rebound. Up for the shot, and he's going to draw the foul. Foul is going to be on Marmaduke's number 11, Lopez. Up for the shot, sinks it. Adam Runkle coming in for Caden Adams. Up for the second, and it's good. Pratt gonna hand it off to Hampton. Hampton going to hand it back to Pratt. Pratt going to try and send all the way across. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. Right now, Marmaduke at 13, Cross County 7. We'll be back in just a minute with the start of the second quarter. Kicking off the second quarter, Chisholm. Hand on the ball, going to get it to Runkle. Runkle going to send it all the way across, but it's going to be tipped Marmaduke's direction by Rock. Rock loses his dribble, out of bounds, going Cross County's direction. All the way across to Chisholm. Chisholm going to get it to Cook on the inside. Up for the shot. It's going to be off the mark. Rebounded by Lopez. They're going to get him with a travel. Up for the shot. It's going to be off. Marmaduke going to force the rebound. Hampton going to get it back to Rock. Epps with the steal, up for it off the backboard, good for 2. He's going to put 9 on the board for the Thunderbirds, 13 for the Greyhounds. Pressure on Marmaduke. Outside to the left wing for 3. Shot's going to be off by Hampton. Going to call a jump ball pointing Marmaduke's direction. White saves it from going out of bounds. They're going to call another jump ball. That one's pointing Cross County's direction. Chisholm going to get it to Runkle. Runkle back to Chisholm at the top of the key. Going to swing it over to Epps. Bounces it back to Chisholm. It's Runkle back to Chisholm at the top of the key. Runkle for 3. Going to bounce off. Going back Marmaduke's direction. Epps with the steal. Taking all the way, going to be good for 2. Puts 11 on the board for the Thunderbirds. Got a foul on Adam Runkle. His first team foul for the quarter. Nice steal by Epps. Epps up for the shot, and it's going to be good for 2. That's going to bring this to a tied ball game, 13 both ways. 3.5 minutes left in the first half. Got a foul on Jonathan White. His first. Second team foul for the quarter. Pratt going to send it all the way down to Rock. Rock going to get it over to Hampton in the corner. Hampton hands it off for 3, and it's going to be good. Shot by Lopez. Put 16 on the board for Marmaduke. For 3, it's going to be off. Gets it to Hampton in the left wing. Shot's going to be off the mark. Goes right into the hands of Chisholm. Going to hand it to Epps to take up the court. McGee and Adams coming in for the Thunderbirds. White and Runkle taking a seat. 2 minutes, 44 seconds left in the first half. Marmaduke 16, Cross County 13. Lopez taking it up the court. Going to get Chisholm with the foul. Looks like he bumped into Lopez as he was taking it up. It's going to be Chisholm's first. Mick McClanahan coming into play. Rafe Cook taking a seat. Rock going to get it off to Pratt. Pratt going to hand it off to Lopez. Lopez going to bounce it outside to the right wing. Rock going to make it inside of the paint, sends it outside the perimeter. For 3, shot's going to be off by Lopez. Rebounded by Caden Adams. Adams going to get it to Chisholm. Chisholm going to get it inside to Adams. Adams from the paint going to be off. McClanahan with the rebound. Shot's blocked. Rock with the rebound, taking it back Thunderbirds' direction. Pratt making his way up the court. Makes his way inside. Going to send it outside to Rock in the right corner. Shot's going to be off. Rebounded by Adams, who gets it to McClanahan. Who's going to hand it off to Chisholm to take up the court. Chisholm going to make his way around Pratt. Going to get it to Adams for 3. Going to be off. Rebounded by Lopez. Lopez going to spin around Epps. Up for it. They're going to get him with a double dribble. 1 minute, 28 seconds left in the first half. Marmaduke 16, Cross County 13. Epps inside to McGee. McGee inside to Adams. Adams off the backboard. It's going to be off. Rebounded by Flood. Out of bounds. Going to keep it on Cross County side. Epps tries to get it in, but it's going to be picked up by Flood. Adams going to force it out of bounds. We're going to say that he touched it last. He's going to be keeping it on Marmaduke's side of the court. Lopez inbounding. Chisholm trying to distract him. Epps going to tip it out of the way. Goes in the hands of Chisholm. Up for it. It's going to be off. Out of bounds. Going to be going Marmaduke's direction. Looks like Chisholm may have done something to that left ankle. Less than a minute left in the first half. Pratt taking it up the court. Pratt gonna make it inside, bounces it outside to that right side. Rock going in from the paint. He's gonna draw the foul. He'll be at the line to shoot too. Foul's gonna be on Braden Epps. His second foul. Up for the shot. It's going to be off. Up for the second, and it's good. 17 on the board for the Greyhounds. To McGee. McGee going to swing it to Epps. Epps inside to McClanahan. McClanahan all the way across to Runkle. Runkle going for the shot. It's going to be off. Rebounded by the Greyhounds. Pratt taking it up the court. To the outside. Up for the shot, and it's going to be blocked by Rock. We'll call a foul. Foul's going to be on Cash McGee. Foul's going to send Flood to the line to shoot for the Greyhounds. With 4.7 seconds left in the first half. Flood for the shot. It's going to be off. And that's going to be off, and that's going to be the end of the first half of the junior high boys matchup against the Greyhounds. Right now, Marmaduke at 19, Cross County 13. We'll be back in just a minute with the start of the second half. And we're back kicking off the second half of this junior high boys matchup against the Greyhounds. Right now, Marmaduke 19, Cross County 13. Lopez off the backboard, and it's going to be good for 2. Puts 21 on the board for the Greyhounds. Braden Epps making his way up the court with it. Adams going to lose his dribble, and it's going to be picked up by Lopez. Lopez going to hand it off to Pratt. Pratt going to make his way inside, going to get it outside to Hampton. Hampton going to go up for the shot from the baseline, and it's good. McGee going to bounce it to Runkle. Runkle over to Chisholm. Chisholm back to Runkle. Runkle going to make his way inside for the mid-range shot. Floats its way in for 2. 15 on the board for the Thunderbirds. Going to get Caden Adams with a foul. His second, first team foul for the Thunderbirds this quarter. Lopez going to get it to Pratt. We're going to get Chisholm with the foul. They're going to get him with a reach, trying to put too much pressure on Pratt as he takes it up the court. Lopez inbounding. Going to get it to Rock. Rock going to get it over to Lopez. Chisholm going to force the ball back cross-county direction. Chisholm going to be tipped loose, goes back Marmaduke's direction. Rock has no one around him. Up for the shot off the backboard, and it's good for 2. Up for 3, Cook's going to be short. Rebounded by Marmaduke. Lopez up for the shot. Shot's going to be tipped back. Back up for it. It's going to be off by Flood. Goes back cross county's direction. Chisholm going to get it to McGee. McGee to Runkle. Skips it over to Chisholm for 3. Going to be off. Goes right into the hands of Lopez. Lopez to Rock in the right corner. Going to bounce it inside off the backboard, and it's going to be good by Flood. Got a timeout, Coach Selby. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Going to get it to McGee. McGee going to get tripped up, loses his dribble, going back Marmaduke's direction. Lopez up for the shot off the backboard, good for 2. Inside to Adams. Adams up for it. He's going to draw the foul. That foul is going to be on Rock, his first. Up for the shot, going to be good. Up for the second one. It's going to be off. Lopez taking it up the court for the Greyhounds. Lopez going to get it outside to Rock on that right side. Rock makes his way in, sends it outside to Hampton for three. It's going to be too far to the right of the rim. Lopez for three. It's going to hit the back of the rim, goes right into the hands of Epps. Going to get it to Runkle. Misses the defender, going to be off. Rebounded by Adams, up for it, and it's good for two. Nice little spin move there by Pratt. Going to hand it off to Rock. Rock outside to Hampton. Hampton makes his way inside from the paint. Good. 31 Greyhounds, 18 Thunderbirds. Epps for three. Pratt takes it down. Going to go for the drive, sends it outside to Rock on the right side. Rock going to go from the paint. It's going to be off the mark. Flood with the rebound, no good. Going to go right into the hands of Epps, who's going to take it back Thunderbird direction. Miscommunication. Epps going to save it. Epps over to McGee on the right side. Rock tried to tip it loose. McGee going to get it inside to Adams. Adams has pressure on him. Goes for the shot. It's going to be off. Goes back Marmaduke's direction. Lopez going to try and take it all the way up for the layup, and it's off. Shot still no good. Third time's a charm for the Greyhounds. Two more on the board for Marmaduke. 33 Greyhounds, 18 Thunderbirds with just over a minute left in the third. White and Cook coming in for the Thunderbirds. Newberry coming in for Marmaduke. Got a foul on Pratt for the Greyhounds, his first, second team foul for the Greyhounds. Going to get it inside to Cook. Epps going to get it inside to Cook, up for the shot, going to be too high off the backboard. Goes out of bounds in Marmaduke's direction. Up for the shot, it's going to be off by Newberry. Epps with the rebound. Epps going to get it out to White. White going to get it to McGee. McGee going to bounce it inside to Adams. Tries to get it to Rafe Cook under the goal. Goes out of bounds, Marmaduke's direction. 23 seconds left in the third quarter. Epps going to tip it cross hands direction. Going to get it to White. White loses the dribble, goes back Marmaduke's direction. Going to get Lopez with the travel. Going to send it back Thunderbird direction. White went too far with the pass to Epps. Went over his head. Marmaduke misses the pass. White going to take it back cross county's direction, up for the shot, and it bounces out. Ball is loose, gets it to McGee. McGee for the buzzer beater, and it's off, and that's going to be the end of the third quarter. Cross County 18, Marmaduke 33. We'll be back in just a few seconds with the start of the fourth quarter. 6 minutes left in the ball game. Marmaduke 33, Cross County 18. Braden Epps going to start off with his hand on the ball, keep it on Cross County's side, going to get it to Adams. Adams going to make his way from the logo, and it's off. Pratt taking it up the court for Marmaduke. Marmaduke going to get it out to Rock. Rock going to make his way inside from the paint, going to send it back outside the perimeter. For three, Pratt's going to bounce off the rim. Fighting for the rebound, they're going to call a jump ball. Keep it on Greyhound side. Inbounding. McGee taking it up the court. Out of bounds, going to keep it on Cross County side. Adams going to get it to McGee for three. Going to be off. Hands it off to Lopez. Lopez has some pressure on him by Epps. Going to send it all the way across to Newberry. Going to go out of bounds. Thunderbird's direction. Eli Bretherick coming in for Rafe Cook. Epps taking it up. 4 minutes, 49 seconds left in the ball game. Epps going to bounce it to McGee. McGee going to get it inside to Bretherick. Bretherick back out to McGee. Going to get it to Jonathan at the top of the key, who's going to skip it over to Epps. Back to McGee. Over to White for three. Off the mark, going to say it's out of bounds. Hit the shot clock. Lopez going to try and take it all the way. Going to be off. Rebounded by Flood, and it's good. 35 for the Greyhounds. Adams has some pressure on him. Going to get it out to Bretherick. Bretherick's going to get it out to McGee from that three-point line. Makes his way in from the block, and it's good. Pratt has inside, loses dribble, and McGee picks it up. McGee up for it's off. Adams with the rebound. Back up for it. Still no good. Going to go back Marmaduke's direction. Newberry with the rebound. Pratt hands it off to Newberry. Newberry up for it. Floats in for two. Call a foul. Foul's going to be on Bretherick. It's his first. Up for the shot, and it's off. Epps taking it back. Going to bounce it to McGee. McGee inside to Adams. Adams going to lose it. Goes back Marmaduke's direction. Pratt going to get it to Lopez. Lopez out to the left side. Newberry for three, misses. Back out to Lopez at the top of the key. Over to Newberry in the left corner for three. And it's going to be off the mark. Rock with the rebound. He draws the foul. Going to be at the line. Shooting two for the Greyhounds. Up for the shot. Misses. Got a full court of subs coming in. Runkle inbounding, gets it to Chisholm to take up the court. Runkle gets it to Chisholm. Chisholm at the top of the key, hands it back to Runkle to his right side. Runkle at the logo, send it out to Chisholm at the top of the key for three. It's going to be off. Goes right into the hands of Newberry, who's going to hand it off to Pratt. Pratt going to get it to Rock. Rock makes his way into the paint. Going to get a lane violation. For three, shot's going to be off by Hawk. Tipped back cross county's direction. Robinson going to get it to Chisholm. Chisholm to Runkle, up for the shot. It's going to be off. Rebounded by Rock. 1:45 left in the ball game. 37 Marmaduke, 20 Cross County. Rock up for it. They're going to get him with a travel. Goes back Thunderbird direction. Hawk outside the perimeter, hands it off to Runkle. Runkle going to get it off to Winters. Marmaduke going to send in a full court of subs. Less than a minute and a half left in the ball game. Runkle up for it. It's going to be off. Rebounded by Chisholm. Chisholm has defenders all around him. Going to bounce it out to Robinson. Robinson sends it outside the Hawk at the three-point line. Runkle for the mid-range, and it's good for two. Less than a minute left in the ball game. All the way down. Pass goes out of bounds, intended for number 25, Wheeler. Chisholm for three. It's going to be off. Rebounded. Going to go into the hands of Winters. They're going to get Winters with the travel. Chisholm going to come out with it. Up for it off the backboard. Good for two. 26 on the board for Cross County. Hampton loses his dribble. Up for the shot. Good for two. And that's going to be the end of the ball game. Marmaduke going to round it out with the win. 37, Cross County 28. We'll be back in just a few minutes.